As we're doing our hips today, let's start with a hip opener. So balls of the feet together, knees out wide, and then let's just come to rest. Our hands on our belly. And just sorry to confirm that I know there's been a bit of a change around the classes. It is an hour class today, so if you need to drop out, that's fine. If you can stay, great. Okay, so balls of the feet together, knees out wide. Come to rest your hands onto your belly and close down your eyes. And just start to bring your awareness to your body. How are you feeling? Are you feeling energized? Maybe you're feeling a bit tired today. It's that January feeling. And just think about what you want from your practice today. Set your intention. And then let's just start to have a nice big breath in through your nose. And then exhale through the mouth. And again, taking a big breath in. And then an exhale through your mouth. Once more, big breath in. And then exhale through your mouth. Then seal your lips, inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. Another breath in. And a breath out. Just keep going with that breathing. In through the nose and out through the nose. Just settling the body, preparing yourself for your water mandala. So that feeling of fluidity, adaptability, evolving. Great. And then just start to bring opposite hand to forearm or elbow. Send the arms behind the head and just get a little bit of an opening there. So push the elbows down. Imagine you're pushing the knees down and towards the mat. Maybe there's a slight arch through the spine. Great, and then those arms reach forward. We take hold of the outside of the thighs, start to draw the thighs together and then give them a little hug in towards the chest. And maybe just gently rock from side to side as you squeeze them in. And then just holding on to the front of the knees, start to circle the knees, moving them away from each other and back in towards center. We start to wake up that hip joint. Perfect. And then in the opposite direction as well, give it a little wiggle, a little wake up. Wonderful. So we're just going to take our first opening exercise is our happy baby pose. So you want to keep your shoulders on the mat. Maybe that means your knees stay bent and you just hold to the front of the shins, pull the knees open and up in towards the armpits. You might be able to reach the feet up towards the ceiling, hold under the thighs, the calves, or the outer edges of the feet might be available, but just make sure you're not reaching your head up off the ground to try and get there. Just taking hold of where you can so that your shoulders stay on the mat, but you're working into your hips. And we're just going to hold for about 1.5 minutes in our happy baby. So just keep breathing into that pose there. Waking up the hips, ready for our water mandala. Just keep relaxing the back of the head into the mat. Relax your shoulders into the mat as you breathe. You can even start to add a couple of rocks there if that feels good for you. If you feel like holding onto the feet too much, you can slide the hands down, just hold onto the thighs. Just got a couple more breaths here. And then gently release. Release back to where you came from. So balls of the feet together, knees out wide, send the hands above the head. This time straighten those arms up behind you. Take a little stretch, a little opening there. And then once again, draw those knees back in towards the chest, hands underneath the knees, and let's just gently start to rock and roll up the length of the spine. So take it nice and slow and controlled. Maybe try and catch a little hang time at the top. And then on our fourth one, we're going to come into our butterfly pose. So start to come up, bring the balls of your feet together, let your knees fall out wide, and then just begin to reach your hands forward as you drop your head down. If this doesn't feel good, keep your hands on the floor behind you and just sit up with your knees open. You can take hold of your feet here if you want to, if you want to work it a bit deeper. But as always, it's just a little opening stretch rather than pushing into our full expression. Try and relax the neck and the shoulders there if you can feel that tension creeping up. Just a few more breaths. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly lift your chest up. All right, just bring your feet across for a second. We'll just reset. Just come into a cross-legged position, hands onto the knees, shut down the eyes. Just give the shoulders a roll up to the ears. Exhale, pull them down. Keep the spine long. Just take 3 breaths here in your own time. Notice the sensation in your hips as we start to gently open them up. Lovely. All right, let's move into our last posture before we begin to move. So wide leg forward fold. Have those legs out nice and wide, just that feels comfortable. Option 1, hands on the floor behind you, practice sitting up straight. Option 2, bring your hands on your forearms forward. If you have props here, you can rest your head on a bolster, cushion, blocks. Otherwise, just gently leaning forward. Again, not the full expression, it's just a wake up pose. So come into just outside of your comfort zone. Lovely. Last few breaths here. And then gently release. Come on up. All right, just swing those legs around. Start to work your way into a narrow leg child's pose. So knees are about hip distance apart. Push your hips back onto your heels. Let your forehead drop. Just straighten out your arms as much as you can and come onto your fingertips here and start to wiggle those hips from side to side. We're about to start some movement. So let's take it into a few waves. So when we're ready, start to push the palms down, round through the spine, come into your tabletop. And then as you exhale, you arch your spine, push your hips back to your heels and find a child's pose. So inhale, round forward through your tabletop. And exhale, arch the spine, send the hips back. And again, inhale, round it forward. And then exhale, arch it back. Let's make it bigger. Inhale, start to round forward. This time, soften the elbows, drop the hips, lift the chin. And then exhale, lean back with the hips towards the heels. In your own time, bring it forward, drop the hips. Think about moving like a wave. And then using your breath, your exhale to send you back. Let's go one more. Inhale, come forward, lift the chest. And exhale, we send it back. This time, inhale, come forward through table start to tuck your toes, lift your hips, and come into your downward dog. And then let's continue with those waves. Inhale, lift the heels, round forward, high plank. And as you exhale, soften the knees, arch the spine, down dog. And again, inhale, lift the heels, round forward, high plank. And then exhale, soften the knees, arch the spine, downward dog. Pause it here. Just come a couple of breaths in your down dog before we start to come into our mandalas. So, starting with our right leg, as we inhale, let's lift the right leg high. As you exhale, bend the knee and allow that hip to roll open. Inhale, re-extend the right foot. And then exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Drop the heel, right hand to the inside of the right foot. Inhale, reach the left hand up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, lift your chest up, find a warrior two. Then inhale, turn to your left, toes out, hands up. Exhale, hands to the heart center as you squat down low. Now inhale, start to lengthen through your legs. And as you exhale, start to side lunge into that left knee, use your hands. Right hand down, inhale, start to reach your left hand all the way back behind you as you roll to the outer edge of both feet. And then exhale, left hand down, step it back through your vinyasa, knees, chest, or chaturanga. Come through a cobra or an up dog. And then exhale, back into downward dog. Lovely, let's take those rolls. Inhale, lift the heels, come forward, high plank. And then exhale, soften the knees, arch the spine, down dog. Inhale, lift the heels, round forward, high plank. And then exhale, arch the spine, downward dog. Let's take one breath here. And then exhale, let's send it back. Inhale, the right leg lifts. As you exhale, bend the right knee, allow the hip to roll open. Inhale, re-extend the right leg. Then exhale, step the right foot in between your hands. Drop your left heel, right hand to the inside of the right foot. Inhale, the left hand lifts up. Then as you exhale, lift your chest, warrior two. Turn to the side, inhale, lift your hands up, heels in. Exhale, squat down low, palms to the heart center. Inhale, start to lift the chest. And then exhale, side lunge into that left knee, drop the hands if you need. Right hand down, inhale, the left hand starts to spin back behind you as you spin to the outer edge of both feet. You can just take a twist here if this is too much. Then exhale, left hand down, step it back through your vinyasa. Through a cobra or an up dog. And then exhale, downward dog. Taking a breath in. And then as you exhale, let's drop those knees, take it into a heart opener. Walk the hands forward, keep the hips above the knees as you sink your forehead or your chest and your chin down towards the mat. Open your arms wider if you're super tight in the shoulders. Just keep sinking that chest more towards the ground with every exhale. One more breath here. And then if you're not already, gaze forward, start to slide all the way onto your forearms, drop the hips. Inhale, lift the chest. Then exhale, really send it back into your downward dog. Great, so exactly the same thing but on the left. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, bend the knee and allow the hip to roll open. Inhale to re-extend. And then exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Drop the right heel, left hand to the inside. Inhale, the right hand lifts up. And then exhale, lift your chest up, warrior two. Inhale, turn to the side, hands up, heels in. And then exhale, squat down low. Inhale, start to stand up, move to your right. And then exhale, side lunge into that right knee, use your hands. Left hand down, inhale, the right hand reaches forward and all the way back, little twist. And then exhale, frame the right foot, step it back through your choice of vinyasa. Sit. Lead with your breath through your cobra or your up dog. And then exhale, bring it back, downward dog. Then we find those rolls. Inhale, lift the heels, come forward, high plank. Exhale, soften the knees, arch the spine, downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels, round forward, high plank. And then exhale, soften the knees, arch the spine, downward dog, same thing. Inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, bend the knee, allow the hips open. Inhale, re-extend. Then exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Drop the heel, left hand inside. Inhale, right arm lifts up. And then exhale, warrior two, lift the chest. Inhale, turn to the side, heels in, hands up. And then exhale, squat down low. Inhale, start to re-extend through the legs. And then as you exhale, start to side lunge into that right knee. Then the left hand down, spin to the front. Inhale, reach the right hand back behind you. And then exhale, frame the right foot, step it back through your vinyasa. Through your cobra or your up dog. And then exhale, downward dog. Right, taking a breath in. And then as we exhale, let's drop those heels. Second time in our puppy pose, slide the hands forward. Start to drop your chest down towards the mat. So trying to get a little bit deeper there through the arms. And then if you're not already, start to gaze forward, slide yourself all the way forward, drop your hips, lift through your chest, inhale, and as you exhale, lower your chest, send it back into your downward dog. Then gaze forward, lift the heels, soften through the knees, step, walk or float your way forward. Come into your halfway lift. And then exhale, we forward fold. Inhale, rise to standing lift, tall. Exhale, palms together at the heart center. Let's close it off. Inhale, palms out to the sides, hands down. Exhale, gather those hands at the heart. Then inhale, reach the hands up, maybe a slight lean back. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, plant the hands, step or float it back through your vinyasa. Or you can skip and you can go straight into your downward dog from there. Couple of breaths to let everyone come back into down dog. Breathe it in. And breathe it out. Let's take it through our second side. So inhale, the right leg lifts. As you exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, re-extend. Then exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Drop the left heel, hand to the inside of the foot. Inhale, the left hand lifts. And then as you exhale, you're going to reverse your warrior. So come all the way up, left hand down the leg, right hand up and back. Then we just pulse that. So inhale, come back down, left hand up and over by the ear. And then exhale, reverse. Inhale, send it forward. That forearm can come onto the thigh instead of the floor if that's better. And then exhale, reverse. Once more, inhale, send it around. And then exhale, reverse. Back to our flow. Inhale, we come to standing twist to the side, heels in, hands up. Exhale, hands to the heart center as we squat. Inhale, extend through the legs. And then exhale, side lunge into that left knee. Use your hands. Right hand drops. Inhale, left hand, reach it back, little twist. Exhale, frame your left foot. Step it back through your vinyasa. And come all the way back into your downward dog. Little opener for our hip now. So inhale, the right leg lift. As you exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. And then just stay here. Option 1, on your fingertips, lift the chest. Option 2, come to your forearms. Option 3, drop to your forearms or your hands, you choose there. You're just trying to get a nice opening. If you want something more restorative, feel free to drop the back knee down to the mat. Maybe slightly rocking back and forward. Excuse me. Take one more breath. And then exhale, step it back. Find your downward dog. Right leg coming back, we'll add on. Inhale, the right leg lift. Exhale, bend the knee, allow the hip to roll open. Then inhale, re-extend. Exhale, set the right foot in between the hands. Drop the heel, right hand down. Inhale, the left hand lifts. This time we hold it here. So you can choose to stay. You can take a half bind, left hand behind the back. You can take a full bind, trying to wrap that right arm underneath and take a clasp. Hold it here. Anyone that's feeling a little bit adventurous, you can try and take a half moon if you've got the bind still. So you might just want to step the left foot in slightly. Maybe put the weight into that right foot and see if maybe the left foot will fly. It's really hard. Not happening for me today, so have a little play. You've got another breath there. And then release back to where we came from. Inhale, let's come all the way up, warrior 2. And then exhale here. Now inhale, turn to the side, hands up. Exhale, hands to the heart center as we squat. Inhale, straighten through the legs. And then as you exhale, side lunge into that left knee. Drop the hand. Inhale, left hand reaches back behind you. Exhale, frame your left foot. Vinyasa or straight to downward dog. Through your cobra or your up dog. And then exhale, back into downward dog. Taking a breath here. And then exhale, lower your knees down towards the mat. So if you want a little rest, drop your hips down, take child's pose for 5 breaths. If you fancy dolphin pose, plant your forearms, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and then walk your feet in as far as you can without your shoulders collapsing. Just keep pushing the ground away from you. Lovely, one more breath. If you took your forearm or your dolphin pose, drop your knees and just rest your hands by your feet. Rest your forehead down for a second. Anyone that's been resting for a while and wants a vinyasa, feel free to go through one. Otherwise, the rest of us, when we're ready, come forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and come into downward dog. Left side, inhale, left leg lift. Exhale, bend the knee, allow the hip to roll open. Inhale, re-extend. And as you exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Drop the right heel, left hand inside. Inhale, the right hand lifts. And as you exhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand down, left hand up and back. Let's pulse that. Inhale, left hand down, right hand up and over. And then exhale, reverse. Inhale, send it over. That forearm can come to the thigh instead of the floor if you want. And then exhale, reverse. Once again, inhale, send it open. And then exhale, reverse. Back to our flow. Inhale, twist to the side, heels in, hands up. Exhale, squat down low. Inhale, straighten the legs. And then exhale, let's bend into that right knee. Left hand down, inhale, reach the right arm forward and back. And then exhale, frame the right foot, send it back through your vinyasa. 3-leg, 1-leg, knees, chest, chin. Back to downward dog. Great. Let's take the stretch for the left leg. Inhale, the left leg lifts. As you exhale, bring the left foot to the outside of your left hand. Same as before, maybe it's your fingertips, maybe it's your palms, maybe it's your forearms that you come down to. Just wherever feels good. You want to feel it in your hip. So it doesn't matter about coming into the deepest expression. If you can find it with your fingertips down, your chest open, and stay there. Maybe a gentle rock back and forth. If you drop down onto your forearms, come back up onto your palms, and then let's step it back and find a downward dog. Wonderful. Okay, left side, let's send it back. Inhale, the left leg lifts. As you exhale, bend your knee. Inhale, re-extend the left leg. Then exhale, step the foot through. Right hand down, right foot down, left hand to the inside. Inhale, the right arm lifts. And then exhale, pause. So you can stay here. That left forearm can come to the left thigh. You can take your half bind or your full bind. Just take 5 breaths there. If you took the full bind and wanted to play with your half moon, you're keeping the bind, the weight goes into your left foot, and you have a little play trying to lift your right foot off the mat. When you had another breath, hold it there, release. Left hand down, right hand up, inhale. And then exhale, lift your chest, warrior 2. Turn to the side, inhale, hands up, heels in. Exhale, squat down low. And then inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, side lunge into that right knee. Left hand down, twist to the front. Inhale, reach the right hand up and back. Then exhale, frame the right foot. Step it back through your vinyasa. Through your cobra or up dog, pull the shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, downward dog. Take a full breath in when you get there. And then exhale through the mouth. So same options. If you want to rest, take 5 breaths in your child's pose, maybe a nice wide one if you want. If you still want to work the arms, again, let's take a second round of our dolphin. So we drop our forearms, lift the hips up and walk those feet in. Now we're just going to push into our forearms. Try not to let the shoulders sink. So you need to build up not only openness in the shoulders, but strength to be able to work into your forearm stand eventually. You've got it. Another breath in. If you're in your forearm stand, drop your knees, bring your hands down by your feet, rest your head. If you've been resting and want to move, you can go forward to a high plank and take it through a vinyasa. Otherwise, everyone else, hands forward, come forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and we come into our downward dog. Great. Let's close our second round. Gaze forward, lift the heels, soften through the knees. Set, walk or float your way forward. Halfway lift, inhale, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, lift tall. Exhale, palms through to the heart center. Let's close it off. Inhale, hands out to the sides, palms down. Exhale, gather those hands at the heart center. Inhale, hands lift, lean back. And then exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, step or float through a vinyasa or skip it and just meet in downward dog. Great, take another breath there. And then exhale. Then we're going to come into our third and final round. So inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, re-extend. And as you exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Drop the heel, right hand down. Inhale, the left arm lifts you up. And then exhale, warrior two. Bring your chest up. Inhale, turn to the side, toes out, hands up. And then exhale, squat down low. Great. From here, start to bring your hands onto your thighs, thumbs in, hands out. Inhale, the chest lifts. And as you exhale, look to your left, drop your right shoulder in. Inhale, come through center. And then exhale, look to your right, drop your left shoulder in. Inhale through center, one more either side. Exhale, right shoulder drops. And then inhale through center. And exhale, the left shoulder drops. Great. Inhale, let's straighten the legs, reach your hands up. And as you exhale, start to side lunge into that left knee. We're going to pulse it again here. Use your hands, keep them on the floor or keep them at the heart. Let's travel. Inhale, stay low, travel through center. And exhale, side lunge at the front. Inhale, travel through center. You might be using your hands. Exhale, side lunge at the back. Two more. Inhale, travel. Exhale, side lunge. Final time. Inhale, travel. And then exhale, side lunge. Great. Right hand down. Inhale, the left hand sweeps forward and back. And then exhale, frame the left foot, step it back. Vinyasa or straight to downward dog. Great. All right, then the right leg lifts. Inhale, we'll take another stretch. Exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand and drop your knee. So toes are at an angle. Make sure that the foot is tiptoed open. Right hand to the outer, to the thigh, and then start to push that right knee open so you roll to the outer edge of that right foot. If you want to, start to reach that right arm back behind you. Maybe you just reach, or maybe you can bend up the toe and start to pull that foot in. That's it, so just feeling into the hip. Another breath in here. And then exhale, release. Right hand back down again. Let's step it back and find a downward dog. Right side, final time coming back. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, step the right foot through. Drop the heel, hand down. Inhale, the left hand lifts. And then exhale, warrior two. Now inhale, turn to the side, reach your hands up. This time clasp your hands above your head. And then exhale, sink your hips down low, keep those knees open. Pause it here. So keep pulling those knees back. Maybe point your index finger up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing. And then inhale, straighten through the legs. Exhale, start to side lunge into that left knee. This time we pause it here. Keep your hands at the floor at the heart center. If you're quite open, maybe left hand out to the side. Right hand lifts, extend those wings. Maybe there's a bind, left hand around the shin, right hand behind the back. Just have a little play. If you want an extra challenge, you've got the bind. Maybe you try and drop your hips to the floor with the bind and then see if you can bring yourself back up again. Great, wherever you are, you've got one more breath. And then exhale, we'll release the hand. Right hand down, inhale, left hand, reach it out behind you, twist. Exhale, vinyasa. All right, option one, down dog. Option two, child's pose. Option three, take it into your puppy pose again. Or option four, we carry on with our forearm stand. So if you're with me, drop your forearms. Walk those feet in as far as you can. And then this time we might be going for a leg lift. So you might just be lifting the right leg up towards the ceiling and holding there. If you're a little bit more used to this, you might be taking a couple of hops. You might be catching some balance. Otherwise, just stay wherever feels good. And then when you've had enough, you drop your knees, you rest your head, and you find a child's pose. And same as always, anyone that's been resting and wants to move, take yourself through a high plank and your vinyasa. And then the rest of us will make our way to downward dog. We've got one more side on the left, final round. So when we're ready, left leg, inhale, lift it high. As you exhale, bend the knee, allow the hip to open. Inhale, re-extend. And then exhale, step the left foot through. Drop the heel, left hand down. Inhale, the right arm lifts up. And then exhale, warrior two. Inhale, turn to the side, hands lift. And then exhale, squat down low. Let's hold it here in our squat. And just start to gently pulse. So up and down with those legs. Keep the knees curling open. Keep the thighs engaged. Tuck the tailbone under, lift your chest. Great, now inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, side lunge into that right knee, And then we travel. Inhale, travel through center. Exhale, side lunge to the front. And then just once more here. Inhale, travel through center. And exhale, side lunge to the back. Then left hand down. Inhale, the right arm goes forward. Reach it up behind you. And exhale, frame the right foot. Step it back through a vinyasa. And work your way in your own breath, in your own time. Don't rush it. Just however long you need to come back to your downward dog. Then we'll stretch out the left hip, left leg, inhale, lift. As you exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Drop your knee. Toes turn out to an angle. Left hand on the thigh and then start to push the thigh open so you roll to the outer edge of that left foot. Keep your foot engaged so you're not just rolling onto that ankle. Stay there. Maybe you want to work your arm into it, so you reach that left hand back and kind of lean back to the right slightly. Maybe there's a kick up of the right foot, and you might be able to hold onto it and pull it in. Lovely. And then if you took the foot, release, bring the left hand back down towards the mat and step it back, find your downward dog. Great. And let's take it back on our left. So inhale, the left leg lift. Exhale, bend the knee, the hip opens. Inhale, we re-extend. Then exhale, step the left foot in between the palms. Drop the right heel, left hand down, inhale, the right arm lifts. Exhale, warrior two, picks you up. Inhale, twist to the side, heels in, hands up. And then exhale, hands to the heart center. Let's squat down low. Once again, we pause it here. Great, start to lift your left heel up. Exhale, lower. Your right heel lift. Exhale, lower. Let's go for a double heel if you can. Try and double those heels, pick them up, hold. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the heels. Inhale, straighten through those legs. And then exhale, side lunge into that right leg at the front of the mat. We hold it here. So you choose, hands on the floor. You want to open your wings, right arm out to the side. Left hand goes up. Maybe you're going for the bind around the shin, if that's available. Anyone took the bind, hip drop on the other side. You drop your bum down towards the mat, and then you try and use the strength in your legs to pick you back up. Great. Final breath. And then exhale, release if you took any other version. Left hand down, spin to the front. Inhale, the right arm up and back. Then exhale, bring the hand down. Vinyasa or skip it if you want. Knees, chest, chaturanga. Lift through your cobra or your up dog. And then exhale, downward dog. Final little chance for a play here. So headstands, handstands, forearm on the other side, child's pose, whatever you fancy doing. If you're sticking to your forearm stand, those elbows drop once again. Maybe you're just taking 5 breaths there. Maybe you're walking those feet in again, lifting your left foot up. 5 breaths there. Maybe a couple of L hops, so just up and down with the foot. Maybe you're catching a bit of balance. And then when you've had enough, you take your child's pose. Lovely. All right, anyone that's been resting, if you want that extra vinyasa, now's your time. Flow through your high plank, up dog, down dog. The rest of us, arms reach forward, come forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips and find downward dog. Let's close off that sun salutation. So when we're ready, gaze forward, lift the heels, soften the knees, step, walk or float your way forward. Find a halfway lift, inhale, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach those hands up. Exhale, palms to the heart center. Now inhale, hands to the sides, palms down. Exhale, gather those hands at the heart. Inhale, reach the hands up. There's a slight change here. As we exhale, just bring the hands to the heart center again. Now start to tiptoe those feet a little bit wider than hip distance, toes out. And let's start to sink our hips all the way down towards the mat. You might need to use your hands. You might find that your hips can only come down as far as your knees. That's perfect, doesn't matter. So wherever you are, just trying to stop the knees from rolling open as we lift through the chest. Maybe you want to sweep the left hand out to the side. Inhale, the right arm lifts. Exhale, release. Other side, right hand out. Inhale, the left hand lifts. And then exhale, release. One more either side. Left hand out, inhale, the right arm lift. And then exhale, release. Final time, inhale, left arm lift. Great, and then exhale, release. Bring your hands down, start to lift your hips up. Tiptoe those feet in together. And then inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, start to lift your heels and bring your hips down towards your heels. Little toe balance here. See if you can maybe keep your hands on the floor. Or maybe see if you can bring those hands to the heart center. Keep lifting the chest. That's it, work those toes. And then gently drop the heels down. Maybe open your knees out wide so you can bring your bum down to the mat. Great, now from here, bring your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Start to lean yourself back slightly, lift your heels off the ground. Maybe that's where you stay. Or maybe you try and kick those legs forward. Gaze up over your toes and try and straighten through your spine. If you're quite comfortable there, you might try and open up those feet. So we come into a wide leg hold. That's it, relax the shoulders down. And then from here, optional to just drop the feet or really flex your hip toes. So push into the heels and then maybe try and come forward and drop your legs down towards the mat. All right, we'll take it into a wide leg fold from here. So same thing, hands on the floor behind you. We might feel quite open now, so you might be able to walk the hands forward. Anyone that wants to work on a bit of strength, and you can reach them, your peace fingers stay wrapped around your big toes, and you keep your head and your chest lifted. If you want something restorative, drop your fingertips, forearms down to the mat. Nice. Just keep breathing there. We're about to bring it all back down again. Just taking a moment there to really get deep into the hips, and we've done all that work to open them up. And then gently release. Come on up, lift your chest. All right, we're going to switch our element now, move into our fire to close us off. So bend your left knee in and cross your right foot over your left thigh. Right hand on the floor behind you. Inhale, the left hand lifts. And then as you exhale, bring your left elbows to the outside of your right knee. And take a twist to gaze over your right shoulder. So as you know, or some of you have not been practicing Mandala for a while, might not know, we always just switch the element we're working with right at the end of the practice, just because it helps you to calm. It's nice to work somewhere different. So we've been working with our mortar Mandala, which is all our groin, the inside of the leg. We're about to go to our opposite in terms of body parts, which is our fire. So all along the outside of the legs and the outside of the body. So really breathe into that twist. Another inhale. And then exhale. Let's take a twist counter pose. Anywhere that feels good to the left. Rinse out the spine. And then back to the center. Slide that right foot out to the side, so your left foot's on the inside of your right foot. Bring your right fingertips to the inside of your right leg, or you can bring your forearm down. And then inhale, the left hand lifts. As you exhale, reach the left hand up and over by the ear. So we're just taking it into a side stretch here. And that toe might be available, but it's more about the side body stretch, so don't worry if it's not. And just maybe close your eyes down as you start to settle in here. Great. Another breath in. And then pull yourself back up. So gently lift yourself all the way back up, and we'll just switch that out. So right knee draws in. Cross your left foot over your right thigh. Plant your foot onto the floor. Left hand behind. Inhale, the right arm lifts. And then exhale, find your twist. So the elbow to the outside of the thigh. If that doesn't work, you can also hug the knee in instead. Sometimes that's a bit more comfortable. Just allowing the breath to settle. Last few postures, trying to keep our minds present. Don't let it wander off, whatever you might have planned next. Focus on your breathing. And then one more breath in. Exhale, little twist, counter twist to your right. So twist over the right shoulder. And then release. Final side twist, so left leg out to the side. Right foot's on the inside of the left thigh. Bring your left fingertips or forearm down. The right hand lifts as you inhale. And as you exhale, allow that right arm to drop up and over by your ear. And just feel the right side of your body stretch out. Try not to let the tension creep up, so try and soften the shoulder, try and soften the neck and the jaw here. And then gently release. Pull yourself all the way back up. Great, let's swing our legs together. Put on any extra layers that you might need. And you're going to start to come down onto your back. All the way down onto your mat. When you get here, I just want you to draw your knees in towards the chest. Gently rock it from side to side. Great. And then just start to squeeze your forehead up to your knees. Take a breath in. And then exhale. Work your way into your Shavasana. Your resting pose. So feet long, hands away from the body with the palms up. Start to rest the head into the mat. And then just at the beginning of the class, we just took a quick scan of how our body was feeling, how our energy levels were. Just take note of how you feel now after that extra long class today. We have lots of emotions in our hips. You might feel that you've had a bit of an emotional release. You might find or feel like you had a terrible class. That's also okay. We have those days. Just let it go, leave it here. Just focus on relaxing. And focus on finding some calm for the next 3 minutes. When you're ready to come back out, just start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Just gently nod your head from side to side. Then bring your feet together, send your hands over your head. Take a nice full body stretch. And just roll it over onto your side, or you can rock and roll up to seated if you preferred. You've just got about 4 or so breaths to slowly make your way back to seated. So when you get there, the spine is long. Bring the hands to the heart center. Let's take a full breath in through the nose. And a big sigh out. Great. Bring your thumb knuckles onto your forehead. May we have kind thoughts. Bring them down to your lips. May we have kind words. And then to the heart center. May we have kind hearts. Bow your head towards your hand. Namaste.